There are a lot of settings in League of Legends. If you just open the hotkey tab, I mean, that's just full of menus, and it can be really confusing to know what all of these settings do. So that's what I'm going to explain today. What are all the settings, what they do, and I'm most likely going to skip over the useless ones because there's a bunch of them. So in reality, explaining all the settings is not complicated. We're going to start with video, go all the way to sound interface game, and then all the way back to hotkeys at the end. So you can use timestamps as well below to choose what you're interested in. So, starting with video. Use the resolution that your monitor has, easy enough. Colorblind mode if you are colorblind, that's it. High eye candy means you can disable, let's say, rain. If rain annoys you, I had issues when I played on a laptop, when we had the soul for dragons, like the water one, it starts raining. So that rain was making me have FPS drops, so I just disabled rain. But now I don't have to do it anymore. I like the rain. Cool, window mode, sorry. You should definitely play in borderless. Full screen means League just takes control over your entire PC. It's so annoying. Just put it borderless. If you have multiple monitors, you can alt-tab easily out of it and it doesn't minimize. It's very nice to have borderless. Use relative team colors. This means if you have this on, any minions will be red, your minions will be blue every time. You should definitely have it on, because otherwise it's very weird to have red minions on your team when you're red side. It's kind of weird. So just enable this, it's easier. And then screen shake, you know, if Aurelion Sol ults, you want the map to explode, keep it on. If not, disable it. It can get annoying sometimes, but I like it. Alright, graphics, up to you. I mean, League is so well optimized. If you have at least a somewhat decent PC, like just have everything maxed, because the game is just gonna look nicer. Again, League is very nicely optimized, so most people don't need to worry about the settings. If you don't have a good PC, keep it medium, it should be just fine, no problem, up to you. See what you because in like a competitive game as well, having your FPS as high as possible is very important, because you know, if you just have lower FPS, you have a disadvantage. So speak of FPS, your FPS should be capped at your monitor resolution. I have a 134 Hz monitor, so just cap it at 144. A lot of you might still have 60 Hz monitors, cap it at 60. That's it. It is very nice. But just remember that, hey, if you want to upgrade your PC and gear and stuff, switching to a 144 Hz monitor actually makes a big difference. It will make you play better. Like legit, League is pay to win in this aspect. And that's the same with every competitive game basically. But yeah, it's just gonna feel better to play as well. It's very nice. As for anti-aliasing, you should enable it, unless you have performance issues. This just makes edges look sharper, games looks better. And also vertical sync, I recommend you enable it, because personally, if I have this, if I can speak, if I have it disabled, and I move my camera around, I get like screen tears. It's very annoying to see. You might not see it on video, but I see it, and it's very annoying. So I'll just keep it enabled. It's very nice. And then for accessibility, just keep everything by default. If you struggle to see maybe some colors and so on, right, same as colorblind, you can mess around with the settings, but I don't recommend, because the game just looks fine like this. Right, sound settings. I just keep the master volume at maxed. Come on, when you play League, audio is very important. There's audio cues in the game that you want to hear. In that regard as well, usually I keep my music off. I don't want the in-game music, because maybe I listen to different music and so on, so just keep this off. But for the purpose of this video, I'll keep it on because it's nice. Announcer, you should definitely keep it like 25. You don't need to hear the announcer say double kill. It's like, you know, you got a double kill, who cares? And it can get really distracting if it's too loud. Keep it like 25, it works really well. Voice, you definitely want 100%. Because it's important. There's like audio cues, like Ezreal ults, you want to hear him scream. You know, ult is coming, it's easier to dodge stuff. And also sound effects. I personally like to have sound effects at 80, believe it or not. 80 is nicer, because you want to hear the voices better than sound effects. It's just a thing I do. You can keep it both at 100, or keep this one maybe at 80, up to you. This is what I prefer. Notifications on UI, you really need to have this like 25. It just don't need to have such big sounds when you click and move around in the shop and so on. Can get really annoying. They sound nice, and for this video maybe I'll keep them on because it's easier to see when I click. Cool, I just keep it lower usually. Ambience as well, I kind of keep it 25, but again for this video I just keep it max because it's nice. And pings, for sure turn pings down, because pings can get annoying, and if an ally starts pumping you, you're only gonna hear the pings. If you have this lower, like 25, it's not gonna be as annoying, and you can mute them in peace, you won't get tilted, maybe it helps you. Alright, and then team music, up to you, updated is nice, especially now with Spirit Blossom Rift. Alright, interface. HUD scale, this keep it 0, otherwise it's too big. You need all the screen space you can get, keep it 0. Cursor scale, you just keep it default. If you struggle to see your cursor sometimes, maybe in team fights, you can have it higher, but 50 works fine. Shop scale around 30. I feel like we don't need shop scale to be very large, because this is all you need, like 30 is perfect, you can see everything. And also you can see the edges of the screen, which means even, you're recalling, and an enemy starts, trying to come towards you, now you see them. They're not gonna jump on you, just react and cancel. So that might help you, it's very nice. Chat scale, for some reason, if you keep chat scale, for example, on 0, like the chat is, sorry, I need to save. I need to, let's put it 20. Look how small that chat is, you can't see anything. Like, hello? How do you read that? So, yeah, you just put it max. Even when it's max, it's not very large. So just keep it 100, even if you have your chat off. You should still keep it there, because if somebody pings, somebody used flash or they have ultimate ready, you wanna see these pings, they're important. Cool, minimap is default 50, I'm pretty sure. But I'm looking at this, is like so tiny. I just like it to keep it at like 90, maybe even 100. Having a bigger map, I would say, like, it definitely helps you. You can see everything clearly. And it's just so nice, because the map tells you how to play the game, so make the map bigger. Objective planning scale. This is, let's put it at max first. If you ping on my way on a Drake, look, this thing. I don't like it. It's like, whatever, I saw the ping. I don't need to see this in my screen. It's like a pop-up. It's like an ad. Make it 0. I don't need it. I don't like it. Make it 0. Dev recap. This is less important. Just keep it 50, whatever. You don't need to care about this. When you're dead, you don't need screen space anyway, so you can max it as well if you want. It's whatever. Practice tool scale is only applies to practice tool, is this menu here, the cheat menu, it's whatever. You don't need it that large. If you want it larger, go for it. I don't like it. Health and resource bars, show health bars. Yes, enable please. Enable animations in your HUD. If you look carefully here, you see how my mana, my HP, they're animated, they're nice. Yeah, keep them on. I don't think they remove any performance, they're nice, keep them on. Show loss of control UI. This is a bit more weird. It's like when you lose control, you get CC'd and stuff. It kind of shows you the like little things. Keep it on, trust me. It's not bad. It's hard to explain, but keep it on. It's fine. Show health bar animations. Well, never mind. Those were the health bar animation. The hood animations are other things that say when you level up. Let's say that. You see these animations like this is wow, look at that. No, those are those. Okay. Streamer mode you can enable if you're a streamer. If you're not, don't bother. Show names above hellbar. Yes, I would say you should show summoner names. You can maybe do champion names if you want. So you see Ashe, the champion name, especially for a newer player with all these skins, it's hard to know who is who anymore. Or you could just have none, if you just don't want to see names. But I like to see who I'm playing against and with. And people have funny names, so why not? Just keep it on, it's nice. Cool, notification, screen flash on damage and screen flash on loss of control. It's very similar to loss of control UI. You can keep it on, but this is a screen flash. I don't like my screen to flash. I'd rather have the UI stuff. I just keep this off. I prefer that way. And this is one important one. Champion highlight on camera center. If you hold spacebar to center your camera, you move around your camera, look at this. A lot of people tell me that when they move from locked camera to unlocked, they struggle to see their champion. They don't know where they are anymore. They lose track of their champion. But if you hold spacebar and have this arrow on top of you and the circle, it's like you can never lose track of yourself, especially in team fights. It's so nice to just have this. It's so good. All right. Oops, interface. Let's go back here. Screen, no, not done. Show off-screen pings. This is, I don't know if you can see my own pings. Yeah, if an ally pings, you're gonna be able to see the pings on the edge of the screen. It's pretty nice to have. I think it's a great feature. It's been added like last year. Definitely keep it on, it's very nice. Legacy cursor. Unless you are nostalgic, just disable it. The new cursor is much better. Look at this targeting as well. It's just way better. Definitely keep it on. Sorry, off. You want the good cursor. Tooltips, always show extended tooltip info. It refers to, if I hover over an ability and I hold shift, I see this. I would say keep it off, because if you somehow by mistake put your cursor on top of an ability and you play Aphelios, it's gonna fill up your whole screen with text. So don't do that. Just keep it off. If you want extended, just hold shift, whatever. If you want to check your abilities, you can hold shift. It's good enough. Cool. Ability and attack display. Show target frame attack, cool, attack range, show spell costs. Alright, so basically, you know, you can see your attack range like this. If you press A or you hold C to show your stats, look at this. And spell cost, it says 55 here, 55 mana, right? You want this one. It's very nice to have. Alright. Line missile display is basically, I think, something like this. It shows you the indicator or something. I don't even know, I'm not sure. Are my sound settings messed up? I can hear my sound effects. Anyway, Riot. This is PB server, by the way. I should be doing this on live, but oh well. Alright, let's move on to... show spell recommendations. I think you should keep it on, especially if you're a newer player. I still have it on, so I don't forget what I need to max. It's like easier to see what you need to max without thinking about it, just do it. Disable HUD spell click. This is basically, you know, you could click on this and it shows you the spell. I really like it. I really like to have it. I recommend you keep it like disabled, so you can just click on the HUD to draw spells. I think it's very good to do that. Alright, ability cooldown display up to you. I would say seconds is better than minutes. Like, you know that 90 seconds it's 1 minute and a half. Yeah, just keep it seconds. Minimap, show neutral camps. You have to, otherwise you are playing with a map cover. Why would you do that? Allow minimap movement. This is basically you right click on the map. Look, she moves. Wow. Keep it on. Show minimap on left. Out of like 200 people that I coached by far already, only one person had minimap on left. That's wild. If you like it that way, keep it that way. But damn, that's wild. Nobody has that really. Okay, scoreboard, mirror, scoreboard layout. That's up to you. I would say don't. It's better default. Whatever, up to you. Show sublet names as well on the scoreboard. Keep them on. Why not? Just, you know, you're playing against enemies and humans. You know, they have a name. Just keep it on. It's nice. Team frames. Team frames are the things that are above the map usually, and show your ally health, their ultimates if they're ready, and so on. But I like to have them on left. They're going to be here. I don't have allies in this game. They're going to be on the left. Because if you have the minimap larger, they're going to be very large above the minimap. And there's too much clutter on the right side of the screen already. So I'll just have them on the left. It's way nicer. There's enough space here as well. They don't bother me there. I like it that way. Chat, you definitely want timestamps. If somebody pings flash, you know, look here, for example. Hey, look, 7:31, Ash said body ready. Or like you ping an enemy used flash. Now you know after like 3 minutes they have it again. You know, stuff like that is very useful. As for the chat visibility, if you get tilted, pre-made only. If not, everyone. Up to you. Okay? This just disables your ability to talk to other people that are not your pre-mates if you keep it pre-made only. And that just helps you, you know, because otherwise when you say something bad like this, you know, nobody can see your message. Oops. I got banned. My practice still gave. But yeah, up to you. Okay? Emote bubble display. I think they show on the left or on the right. Keep it off. It's very distracting. Emote size should also be small. Personally, like these emotes are funny. You know, I like emotes. They're very funny, but they need to be smaller and not appear on the right as well. They're very distracting. And also muting enemy emotes is something I like to do because they distract me. So yeah, just mute enemy emotes. Don't let them BM you. It's not nice. Don't let them BM you. Cool. Combat text. Here is, I think everything is enabled by default, and a lot of people have everything basically enabled, but there's too much clutter. All you need to do is damage, to see how much damage you deal. Very nice. And how much gold you get, to know if you last hit properly or not. And that's it. Yeah, cool. Everything else, mana. Wow, I got mana. Experience. Wow, I got experience. I know. Right? You don't need to care. So just keep everything off. You know, maybe health, heal if you want, but you don't need to keep heal. It doesn't help you much anyway. Cool. Accessibility, display champion sound notification. This is basically, let's say, Sion ults. He makes a sound. What if you can hear? And what if you can hear as well and just don't hear it because you're focused on something else? the ability will appear on the top right here. It will appear sign uses the ultimate or whatever. It's very nice. It's helpful. Keep it on. Very cool. As for reactions, aka the fist bump and my bad things, I think they're cool, but again, CBC modes, they distract me, whatever. Mute reactions, up to you. I just like to mute them. Alright, game settings. Mouse speed. I have 5000 DPI, so my mouse speed is at 35. Because it's a bit slower, and right now, if you know, personally, I just move my cursor from one side to the other without moving my wrist. That's the proper way to play League, especially ADC. You kite very fast. That's personal preference. And I don't play shooters, so I like high DPI. Cool. Camera move speed, mouse and keyboard. If you want it faster, do it faster. I would say 50 is good enough. This is perfect speed. And keyboard, I don't use keyboard. But if you use keyboard, go for it. I don't recommend it though. Move Kera or revive. This you should definitely disable. Because let's say you are dead and you wanna ult globally, ult with your ultimate or something. You are spamming ult here, spam, 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 spam. You respawn. Oh, you respawn, your camera goes back, and now you ult in a different direction. That can be very annoying. Disable this, please. It's so annoying. Mouse button drag scroll. Keep this off as well. If you enable it, it's like, look at my cursor. It's like I'm on a tablet, on a touch screen phone or something, you see? This is what it feels like to move your camera. It's so weird. What the hell? No, I don't want that. This is not a mobile game. And smooth camera you should also disable. You want camera to be snappy. You want it to move very fast, very snappy. Ding, ding, like this. Yes, that's much better. Cool. Now, camera lock mode is actually an interesting setting because if you have it, let's say, fixed offset and you center, your champion is going to be in the middle of the screen. But now if you put it per side offset, look, it's a bit to the left because I'm blue side. So enemies are going to be on the right side of the screen. And if I'm red side, they're going to be, you know, the camera is going to look more towards the right side. I think it's very good to do because otherwise it might get annoying sometimes. If you have your camera locked, you might not be able to see enemies properly because usually enemies are not on the left if you play blue side. This is very nice setting. I would say use per side. I don't even know what semi-locked is. I have no idea. I don't care. Per side is better. Cool. Gameplay. Auto attack you should disable. Just disable this, trust me. You wanna sit sometimes and not hit minions because you wanna freeze. It's hard to sit around when your champion just basic attacks non-stop. Or if you tower dive, let's say, and you get rooted. Your champion starts attacking automatically because they are rooted. And they have no input command. So just attack. And you attack a champion, now you get tower, now you take tower aggro. Even though you didn't want to attack because you got rooted. So disable it. It's not great to have it on, it's very annoying. Movement prediction, disable it as well. It makes movement be, well, if you have issues with network and you have high MS, you could maybe use it on, but makes everything very annoying. Don't have it on. Turret range only works versus bots, so it doesn't matter. I just keep it off, it's annoying. Attack move on cursor. Yes, most important setting in League of Legends, especially if you play ADC. Because what happens is, if you have this enabled, okay, look, I attack move here. It hits that target, I mean. Very nice. By the way, why is the sound bugged? Riot. Sound effects. Volume. Anyway. It's a sound bug. We all love League of Legends. But basically, it attacks the closest target to the cursor. If you have this disabled and you want to attack behind a target, oh, good luck with that. Good luck poking enemies inside the minion wave. Keep it on 100%, no matter what. Alright, treat target champions only as a toggle. We can talk about this in Hotkeys section, but basically you could keep this on or off, up to you. I don't really use target champions only personally, because you can't use attack move. I use attack move only, not attack champions only. It's very annoying because you can only right click, you can't attack move champions only, it's not allowed, so I never use it, so whatever. I hear most people like it as a toggle, so you should use it as a toggle, I would say. It's probably better. Display recommended jungle path. If you're a jungler and a beginner, you could keep it on. Up to you, doesn't matter really, it's whatever. Cast target location within max range. This is important if you have, let's say, jinx choppers. And you throw the max range because you're running away from somebody. It's very nice to have this enabled, because now you're gonna throw your chompers and run away. If you don't, and you throw your chompers too far, Jinx is gonna go back in range to throw chompers where you clicked, instead of throwing the max range. So you could experiment. This setting could be really bad. Let's say you wanna place a trap somewhere, but you don't have the range, So your champion places the trap max range, which is not great. Instead of moving close to put the trap where you mentioned. It's up to you. I like to keep it on. To just make sure my ability goes, you know. I kind of know my range of abilities, so it's no problem for me. Up to you to decide. Cool. Enable champion spell previews. I have no idea what this is. Enable it. Cool, whatever. Enable item component purchasing. This is a new feature that's honestly very cool. So basically, let me invest some gold here. Well, let's buy Infinity. And look, Lord Dominic's. I can't afford it, but if I right click on it, it buys components. Oh my god, it bought non-quiver for me. It's so cool. It's so amazing. Keep this on. It's my favorite feature when it comes to shopping that's been added recently. It's so nice. I really love it. It's perfect. Cool. Hotkeys. This is the most complicated section. First of all, quick cast all. Yes. You should have every ability quick cast unless you're a new player, you're learning a champion for the first time. Maybe normal cast is easier. But even then, quick cast is faster because if you have normal cast, you have to W, click. Now quick cast all, and you just W. That's, yep, there you go. Very nice. That's much better. Trust me on that one. Cool. Quick cast with indicator. If you want, you can try quick cast with indicator and cast the press spell and press the other spell. You can have this on, so you can kind of hold W, hold E, and then you release and it goes, but it's still slower. So I'd rather have them disabled. I don't think it's really helpful. You learn your spell range. And if you want to see your range as well, you can click on the UI here and do it like this. I do that sometimes if I'm chasing someone, I want to see my range. Or I want to get a cannon minion, I just do that. It works just fine. Cool. Now, hotkeys. Oh my god. Abilities and summoner spells. This you don't really need to worry about. This is just default stuff. Legit, I have never changed anything here. Except you can change target champions only. I think it's this little tilde by default. The button next to number 1 on the keyboard. You can change to something else, maybe mouse button if you want. I don't use it, so I don't care. But it's here. Teleport home is recall. B is fine. I don't know why you would recall on something else. Just press B. It's very straightforward. And that's about it. Everything else legit doesn't matter. Champion specific interaction 1 to 6. This might matter if you're Nico. You wanna select who to have a target to camouflage as. You use Shift F1 instead of clicking here. I think it's a new UI. If you have champions like that, cool. If not, don't need to bother. Items. Usually here, I think I have everything basically default. I don't think I changed anything. Yeah, legit. Like, everything is default. Because items are 1 through 7. Trinket is 4. And yeah, it's nothing else really. Self-cast is on alt. You don't get much. It's whatever. We can close this page. Player movement. Now, this is where things get interesting. Player move click. Yeah, you right click to move and attack. Very nice. But then I have a couple options here. Player attack, only click. Player attack move. You have different settings. It's weird. Well, what I use is player attack move. I press A, then I need to left click. That's how I attack. That's how I kite. This is perfect. This is very cool. You should definitely use this. There's another setting called player attack move click here, which is a bit different. I could put in an X, I guess. You don't have to A, you just X, and it's like it shoots already. There's no like A and left click, just X. And theoretically it's easier to kite like this, because there's only 2 inputs to kite, compared to the 3 here, but this just gives you more control, and it helps you stay max range, because you can just see your range at all times. So I recommend player attack move click. I think it's a bit annoying. It's less good. It's a bit faster, but you get used to it. You can kite with 3 attacks per second with player attack move after some experience, no problem. Up to you again, but this is what I use. It's very nice. Player hold, if you hold, whatever. Player stop, you S, you stop, cool, whatever. I use stop sometimes. I never use hold. I use stop sometimes. I want to stop. Just stop. You know? Cool, I stop. I don't want to click next to me. I just stop. I press S. Pet move click. If you have Daisy, you alt mouse button to control them. Very nice. That's about here. Camera control. This is another interesting tab where, you know, center camera on champion. I think it's default space. You just hold space. Camera is back to you. If you still play lock camera, unlock it, hold space. And it's way easier to get used to it this way. It's very nice. Then you use F keys, F1 through 5 to see yourself or your allies. Very useful sometimes. Toggle camera lock is on Y as well. It's whatever, you can just toggle it. But again, you should always have it disabled. And if you want to center hold space, it's much better to control your camera this way. Scroll, whatever. Now, drag scroll. This is an underrated setting that nobody knows about. Drag scroll is so damn important because usually when you move your camera, you have to move your cursor all the way to the edges of the screen. I don't have time for this. What the hell? No. You use drag scroll on mouse button 5, for example, in my case. I hold it and I move my mouse. Look at this. My cursor is in the middle of the screen and I can move my camera. It's so much easier. And while I'm kiting, I can also move my camera around to see what's up, you know? It's just so nice to do this. If you move your cursor to the edge of the screen, like there's no way you have time to kite and do it at the same time, for example. Just so nice. It's so helpful. It's very, very nice to see. Cool. Now let's move on to display. Show health bars. I don't know why there's a keybind for this. Honestly, minion health bars. Subgrenades just disable. They don't have a keybind. I don't think there's one by default. Good. Show hide HUD. Because otherwise, by the way, you can click it by mistake and then don't see a health bars. And they're like, bro, is the game bugged? No, there's a bind for it for some reason. Cool. Show hide HUD. Well, the user interface is this. You know, I have it set on I because what I want to do is sometimes I want to record. I want to look at this inhibitor and take a screenshot. You know, I want to hide my UI. So I press I. And that's it. Yep. Cool. Toggle FPS display, Control F, so you can see your frame and MS here. Actually, I think you see MS by default. I don't even know. Control F. It shows both. Very nice. It's nice to know about. It's nice to see your FPS. Cool. Toggle dev recap showcase. That's, you don't need to care about that. It's whatever. Cool. We are back to communications. Here, I think I only edited a few things. Caution ping on V by default is very nice. Alert ping G, cool. Now, quick enemy vision ping. This is a ping that does not appear on the emote wheel. When you press Alt and click, this is the emote wheel you have. Not the emote, sorry, the ping wheel. But quick enemy vision doesn't exist. So you bind it to Z. I like to do it on Z. Because it's easier to press next to my other buttons. I just ping, hey look, enemy warded, I press Z. And boom. You know, I can just, I get +5 gold before my allies. It's very nice. And every other ping, like it's on the wheel. So you don't need to worry about every other keybind here. Only this one is not, which is weird, but oh well. Some things are weird in the game still. Cool, you have your jokes, toggles, master emotes, whatever. Fist bump and my bad I never use. I have them disabled anyway. You can put them, I think fist bump is on you, my bad is on I by default, but I use I for this instead. Alright. Emote wheel. I like to use quick open emote wheel. Because that way I can press T. If I press T, it shows the emote in the middle. And if I hold T, I can just use the wheel now to choose another emote. Very cool. Emotes are cool. I use them sometimes. They're funny. Especially the OK Ramos emote. I just press T. It says OK. I don't have it equipped here. Everything else doesn't matter. And then chat history I have on N. I hold N. Hey, when does this guy press flash? I hold N. I see now. It's much better pressing enter and then trying to scroll. Nah, you press N, you see everything. Very nice. And you can also scroll while you are holding N. It's so good to use like this setting, honestly. Like, it's so fun to see like there's so many settings in League that are just underrated and people don't use. Speaking of which, show scoreboard. Usually you use the show scoreboard, hold tab. You hold tab, you release, it goes away. What I like to do is press O. And like, bro, who is fed? Let's see. I don't need to hold it anymore. It's so nice. It's cool to use sometimes. I actually use this setting sometimes. It's very nice. Cool. Toggle mouse screen lock. I have no idea what this is. I wouldn't even touch it. Sounds sus. F9. Ooh, red borders around my screen. What the hell? Is it recording? It's probably recording or something. Anyway, system menu escape. I've been using this all day. Show advanced player stats and also basic player stats. If you hold C, look, it shows you the range, the stats here, the runes on the left. If you hold Control C, it closes it, opens the runes, opens these. Cool. it's nice to have stats. And definitely you should have this tab open. Showing your attack damage, attack speed, armor, crit, movement speed is good. It's much better than having this one open. This is like, who cares about, you know, the runes? You know your runes already, like whatever. So you should see your stats instead. It's way more helpful. Okay, item shop. Open shop, there's a keybind by the way. It's so weird. I think most people actually click on the shopkeeper. I find that so strange. You just press P on the keyboard, you know? And also you're dying here. You died in lane, or you're chilling in lane, you wanna check your shop. Press P. Boom. What do? You go here and click? Like, how do you check your shop? Oh, you come here and click on this button. You press P. Just press P. It's way easier. Way easier. Alright. Focus shop search bar, Control L, switch shop tabs, Control tab. You don't need to care about this. You just go here and you click on the search bar and you change tabs here. You really don't need keybinds for the shop. I don't think they help you. It's way easier to... there's no reason for this. It's way easier to click than to press Control and something else. Nah, whatever. And then practice tool commands are the ones here. You know, you learn some shortcuts if you want, like Control Shift S and Shift B and stuff like that, but depends how much you want to use you want to use practice tool. And then advanced key binding options, bind auto attack, move to left click. I'll say disable it. Yeah, it's a bit weird. I want to use my left click to kind of interact with people, open up their menu here and do other things. I'd rather have A and left click to attack and right click to move, and that's the best way to play the game, I would say. I don't want this, you know, I don't want to taint my left click with attacking like that without pressing A first. You know, it's much nicer this way. And I think that's it. Those are all the settings. Hopefully this helped you. There's quite a bunch of them, but they're not that complicated. And honestly, I'd rather have a game with many settings than a game where they enforce you to use the default bindings, because that's very annoying. It can be very annoying. What if I want to use my spells on 1, 2, 3, 4? Not QWER. A lot of people like it that way. You can change it. It's so nice. Other games don't allow you to. League of Legends W.